Hey, welcome to Caspio Live. It's Ned. Please let me know if you can hear me okay. And if you can, we'll go ahead and begin with today's Caspio Live session. Welcome, everyone. Hey, Dave. Good to see you. Let me just change my settings here for a second to hide my taskbar. There we go. Hey, Josh. Loud and clear. Okay, very good. Hope you guys are having a good Wednesday. Nice house. Yeah, I wish it was mine. It's just a random image. Maybe one day. We'll see. All right. Hope you guys are having a good day. I'm not feeling my best. I actually went to the farmer's market over the weekend, and for some reason, I decided to try the cider drink that I bought this morning. And it has a lot of healthy ingredients: habanero pepper, orange, I don't know, garlic, and a bunch of other stuff infused inside this drink. So it's making me feel a little queasy at the moment, but let's hope that I can power through and get through today's Caspio Live. You don't expect that from a healthy drink, but we'll see what happens. It's a very strong drink. It's very spicy. Shouldn't have done that prior to the live stream, but let's see how it goes. I live in a nice place. Yeah, I wish. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice enough. I'm happy where I live. Although I wouldn't mind having a house like that. Anyway, so let's begin. Today's topic is about images and how we can have this nice behavior where I can click on the thumbnail image to filter out their images. And I also have one more example which combines the thumbnails with the arrows. So I'm sure many of you have seen this combination on the web, and I think Redfin does it and a few other websites. So if you're looking to have a different behavior compared to what we normally have with standard features with images, this would be a really nice implementation. Now, I know that in my title it says Lightbox. Lightbox is typically when you click on the image, it pops up that image in the middle as a bigger image, but I realized later that we actually have a tutorial for that or a how-to. So if you want this type of behavior when you click on the image, using Lightbox, it will pop up in the middle as a bigger image, and then you can close it. That's available on the how-to. So I switched gears a little bit, and I decided to give you guys something different today with the smaller thumbnails, and then you can change the path or change the image using the JavaScript function to display a completely different image, which is pretty cool in my opinion. So if you do have images in your applications and you're looking to do something different compared to what we have today, where you see images either in a row or in a column, there really isn't that much functionality out of the box. This would be a nice implementation to add. And I will provide you with the code as I normally do in the description of the video. You can just copy and paste, make a few modifications, and then you're going to have the same exact behavior in your apps too. So we have two different examples. The first one is very simple. All you do is click on the thumbnail to change the image. So let's take a look at that one without the arrows. So let's look at that data page. It's a details data page. And inside my table, I only have these fields. So we have the property ID, the name, and the images. Now, of course, if you have real estate properties, you're going to have more fields, maybe square footage, maybe, I don't know, year built, description, number of rooms, bathrooms, things like that. But for the purpose of today's live stream, I kept my fields to a minimum. So we have the name field that I included in my details page because we have to have at least one field included in the details view. Okay, there's no way around it. But once you include that field in the details view, there it is. All I do is I wrap that field with two HTML blocks to hide that field because I don't need to display the name field. I mean, eventually I would if I'm creating that details page where I have the name of the property, description. But because I'm just trying to show you this implementation with the images, I decided to hide the name field. But eventually you will have more information regarding the property in the details view. So let's take a look at this. So it's very simple actually. We have some style at the very top in the header of my data page, and we have our properties and values and classes defined and some IDs. So the main image, which is the image up here, you can modify the width and height accordingly. You also, when the user is uploading the images or the agent is uploading the images, you may want to specify the width and height of the image because sometimes images can be in a different proportion. You know, you can have a longer width, longer height, And if you want all of them to be uniform inside the application, you may request a certain width and height that the agent is uploading. Then we have the gallery just to center the text. We have the thumbnails where I have the margin equals 10 pixels at the top. So it separates the main image from my thumbnail. So I just added 10 pixels. You can also add padding here if you wish to add some padding between your thumbnails if you'd like. And then we have the thumbnail images. So I have them 100 pixel width and 70 pixel height. But that's really it as far as the styling. It just applies some styling to my main image and my thumbnails. And then now inside the HTML block, we have our class gallery, which is referenced inside my style up here. Okay, nothing too complicated. Then we have the image ID, which is the main image. That's the ID. And then we're, by default, when you open up the details page, I always want to display the first image initially. And then we just have some alt text and then the class thumbnails, and then we list the thumbnails. Now we're going to use this function in JavaScript called change image. So when you click on each thumbnail, we simply change the image to that thumbnail as the main image up above. Okay, and then finally we have the script, which is very simple. This is my function, as I just mentioned, change image, image path, variable main image, document get element by ID main image. The ID is listed inside my HTML block right up here. And then all the script is doing is replaces the image when you click on each thumbnail. Okay, super simple. I will provide you with the code so that you can try this out in your applications as well. The only thing you have to watch out for is inside the HTML block. You do have to replace this parameter, which I have in my table, with your own, and you also have to replace it here as well. Okay, so these are my images in my table, and then when you add the image, you're going to add it as a file URL. Okay, and then the second one with the arrows, where we can just either click on the thumbnail or go back and forth using these arrows. So let's take a look at that as well. Slightly more complicated, but it's not too bad. And if you're wondering if I coded this from scratch, no, I did not. I asked ChatGPT, gave it a simple input for what I wanted, and it gave me the precise code back. And I just copy and pasted. I did modify a couple of things slightly, but I think even somebody with basic HTML, CSS, and JS experience will be able to modify that pretty easily. So same thing, and then again, same setup. The only difference is now we have more inside our style because we also have to apply it to those arrows that we have left and right. So if you look down here, I have my class for arrow and then just some properties and values. You can see the position is absolute, top 50%, which means it moves that image 50% down from the main image. Okay, and then we have some simple things here like background color. On hover, so I also have a property here to apply a different background color when I hover over the arrows. So if you look over here, you can see how it changes into a little bit of a darker color. Okay. And then, yeah, inside my HTML block, I have to add my divs for my arrows. Okay, that's really the difference. And inside my footer section, let's just go through it very quickly. I create a variable for all of my images. You can see we have 6 images. I also have this variable current index equals to 0 because the first image is going to have this 0 as the index. And then what we're doing is we're adding a +1 every time we click on the thumbnail. So function change image direction, variable main image, document get element by ID main image. That's the same thing. That's inside my HTML block. We have the variable total images, which grabs the length of all the images. We have 6. And then you apply the direction. So when you click next on the right arrow, the current index +1 of total images. So if the current index is 0, which is the initial image, okay, and then you click on this one, you add a +1. So now it's +1, that's the current index, and it replaces the main image out of 6 from all the total images. And then else if the direction is previous, so if you click on the left arrow, it subtracts 1 from total images, else current index equals direction. And then the main image just going to replace the index. Okay, so not too complicated in my opinion. It's fairly simple, but it's a really nice behavior on your applications to have something like that, especially if you include images and you want the capability to filter between the images by either clicking on the thumbnail or the arrows up above. And if you want the Lightbox, I guess you could also combine this with the Lightbox. If you were to click maybe inside the image, it can make that image a little bit bigger. That would be in addition to this. Might be a way to combine these two, to marry these two together, but I don't know without actually trying it. So let me know if you have any questions. Hopefully you do think that you might be able to use this in your applications. It's a very simple setup. So if you do have images, I recommend it. It just gives a nice behavior for the end user to be able to filter through the images. Any questions, feedback, comments? Let me know. Does anyone think you're going to be able to use this somehow in your applications? And like I said, I will allow you guys to download this at the end of today's session. I will just wrap this up as a zip file and give this to you in the description of the video so you can download it. But yeah, as you can see, today's live stream was very quick, 13 minutes. Next week, we're not going to have a live stream because of the holidays. And then the following week, we're doing something with PDF document templates. I know we've done this in the past a couple of times, but because we are continuously releasing new updates to it, I wanted to give you a real-life use case on how it can be used with PDFs and how you can grab data from the table and populate that data inside a fillable PDF document. And I'm still trying to figure out what the best use case is going to be, but it will be something hopefully that will resonate with many people in the live stream. Okay, good, Lucas. Glad to hear. Stability, yep. It's not complicated at all, but I'm just trying to give you ideas because yes, out of the box, it can be a bit limited in terms of what you can do with the images. But with just some JS, HTML, and CSS with low code, at least you have that capability to do that inside Caspio. It just makes the application flow better, in my opinion. So when is the next live stream? July 12th. Yeah, I believe it's July 12th. Let me take a look. So not this week, not next week, the 5th, but the 12th. Yeah. Okay, and that will be on document generation and fillable PDF. And I will put together a nice looking application so that you can see how even on the front end, the user can log in, download the PDF, and we just pull the data from the table and populate the PDF. Let me take a look. What about creating a PDF like once done? What about creating the PDF like once done before? Possibly without the iframe. So that's a little bit different. I can try, but I don't know. I have to think about that for a second because I don't want to get into invoices. It can be done. It's just it's a bit more complex in terms of the implementation with invoices. I can think about it and see, but I don't know if there's a way around without using iframes. If you wish to combine multiple data pages, if it's just one data page, then it's easier to download onto a PDF. But the iframes make it more complicated. So I'll think about it. You have my email. Just send me an email and let's talk about that offline in terms of what you might like to see. But the goal is to just talk about document generation, which is this feature here, document templates. We're going to upload a PDF and then we're going to connect that PDF with our app. So when users log in, if it's download your insurance card. I have my insurance used to be Progressive and Geico, and I know when I logged into my account, if my insurance is up to date, they allow me to download my insurance card as a PDF, and then I print that out, cut it, and then put it in my car. So, but it grabs all of my information and populates it onto that PDF. So we might do something like that. We'll see. Unless you guys have a better example on what you would like to see, send me an email and then we can incorporate that. All right, I won't keep you any longer. Thank you so much for attending today's live stream. I hope that you enjoyed it. It was a quick session just on how we can make changes to images in Caspio. And then, yeah, we'll see you on the 12th, for the following session. So thank you. Yeah, it's a strong drink, I tell you. I was not expecting that because I think it has the habanero peppers in it too, but it's really, really strong and very acidic and sour. So when you drink it, you really feel it in the throat too. It's unlike anything I've ever had before, but it allegedly, supposedly, it's healthy. So I don't know. We'll see. Not that I'm feeling bad. It's just I wanted to try it. All right. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of the week. We'll see you on the 12th for document generation. And then, yeah, happy holidays if you're celebrating. Can do PDF on a simple social service intake form. Yeah, Lucas, I believe you have my email. Can you send me an email? Just elaborate a little bit more on that, what you would like. I think you're thinking when you submit the form, you want to generate the PDF, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, send me a little bit more on that, and then I'll let you know via email if we can add that to the live stream. All right. I will close the live stream now. I'll keep the chat running a few more minutes for any last minute questions, and then we will see you on the 12th. Take care.